Hello, this is Alex Kazmark for the FXH.com, and this is your free daily Forex video for September 16th, 2009. One reminder before I begin, the purpose of this free daily video is education and not an alert service. I'm not going to make any trade recommendations here, but what I am going to do is point out levels of support and resistance for the next 12 to 24 hours. Please keep in mind that trading with leverage is very risky, so please don't trade any real money until you've established a proven track record of success on a demo account. Trading conditions are always changing, so make sure to watch tomorrow's video to stay updated. Well, everybody, economic data releases overnight proved to be better than expected across the board. We were specifically watching the retail sales, the producer price index, and the consumer price index in the U.S. to make, we were watching those three key releases for some sort of an impact on the market today in terms of direction. As expected, with the better economic data, the dollar continued to lose more ground as investors continued to take money across the border into higher yielding assets. The dollar is touted as the safest instrument when risk aversion arises, and this usually happens during a crisis. So the question has been for the last several weeks is whether or not the worst is behind us. I think we need to look ahead and ask what else can happen given the recent stimuli packages that have been passed across the G7 nations. We think the market is walking on eggshells at the moment as the Dow continues to test higher levels. The dollar declining, the equity markets going up, levels of inflation. We have to figure out if the increase in the Dow is going to lead to real growth. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to over the next 6 to 9 months. If you'd like a more detailed analysis with potential trade opportunities, please join us in the members section. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and cover the euro dollar on the daily. That is what is up on our charts at the moment. Currently trading at 144.61. If the dollar continues to lose ground, we're going to look forward to yesterday's high at 146.86 being breached up to the 147.20 level. Above that, our third area of resistance for the euro is going to be found at 147.75, followed by 148.65. If the dollar gains some ground, we're going to look to yesterday's low as the first level of support for the euro at 145.60, followed by 145.10. Below that, we're going to find 143.80. And below that, we're going to see 141.96 or the 142 level as the final level of support for the euro at the moment. Moving on to the pound dollar, we're looking at 87 as the first, this is where we're currently trading. Our first area of support is going to be found at yesterday's low at 164 even. Below that, we're going to see 163.50. And below 163.50, we have 161.50. If the dollar continues to lose ground, we're going to see 166 even as the first area of resistance, followed by 167.36. Above 167.36, we're going to have 170.15 as the final level of resistance. Looking at the pound dollar, one thing that I'd like to find out right now is this latest move. If we draw the Fibonacci retracement levels from the low at the end of August at the 161.50 area to the high reached a couple of days ago at 167.36, we can see that we've already retraced to the 50% level, bounced off that 164 level of support for the pound, and now we may continue to see the movement higher. Or perhaps if we break below the 61.8% retracement level, which correlates to the 163.50 level of support for the pound, then this could be an area of reversal and further dollar strength. So keep an eye on that 163.50 level. Now looking at the dollar Swissy on the daily, currently trading at 103.44. First area of support for the dollar is going to be found at yesterday's low at 103.25. Below that we have 102 even, And below that we have the 1 figure. If the dollar begins to regain its composure and regain its strength, we're going to find the first level of resistance near the top of the ranges of the last 2 days at the 104.25 area. Above that, we're going to run into resistance at 105.42 or the 105.50 level. This was a previous area of support for the dollar and may in the future turn into a level of resistance. Above the 105.50 area, we have 106.50 and 107. Finally, we're looking at the dollar yen, currently trading at 90.99 or the 91 level. The first area of the first area of support is going to be found at 90.81, followed by 90.20, which were the previous day's lows. Below that, we're going to see 88.55 and 87.12 as the last levels of support. First area of resistance is going to be found at 91.95 or the 92 figure, followed by 93.20, 94.40, 95.12, and 96.94 or the 97 level. Alright folks, once again this has been Alex Kaczmarek for the FXEdge.com free daily Forex video for September 16th, 2009. Once again, if you'd like a more detailed analysis with potential trade opportunities, please join us in the members section. Until tomorrow, good luck trading.